Hey everyone, it's Jason, and these are my top 3 cruise news stories of the week. And in the last story, I'm totally confused by this announcement from Princess, and you'll notice a little change in my scenery this week as we're on the beautiful celebrity equinox. So cruise story number 1, and this is about the 3-year cruise from Life at Sea Cruises. Now this was a cruise that was going to leave November 1st from Istanbul. Well, as of today, they still don't have a cruise ship. They've not finalized the deal. So now they are moving it to November 11th, and they're leaving from Amsterdam. Now the issue with this is they were supposed to do a major extensive dry dock. They were purchasing the Ida Aura. It's an older ship, but they were going to redo it. It's about 40,000 tons. They were going to paint the hull. They were going to redo all the cabins, all the public areas. I just don't know how they're going to do that. Even if they took possession like today, how are they going to figure that out? So if I was booked on this cruise, and you hear a lot of people that basically they sold their homes, they sold their businesses, they have no place to stay after November 1st. So they're just anxiously waiting for this thing to close so they can get on the cruise ship for 3 years. I feel really bad. I really hope this works out. I just see this being a disaster, especially if they're trying to leave on the 11th and they haven't taken possession of their cruise ship as of yet. What do you guys think in the comments? Would you ever do a world cruise? Would you ever do a 3-year world cruise? Would love to hear from you. So cruise story number 2, Norwegian announced that in their pursuit to be carbon neutral by 2050, that the ships that they're building now would be methanol ready. So their final 2 Prima class ships that are to be delivered in 2027 and 2028 will have this ability with future modifications. I think this is really interesting, and it's a response back to a lot of these cities such as Amsterdam and Barcelona that either want to limit cruise ships or ban them altogether. So it'll be interesting to see how that develops. What do you think about carbon neutral cruise ships or cruise lines being carbon neutral by 2050? Do you think they can do it? And what are your thoughts on this alternative fuels like methanol? Would appreciate it to hear from you guys in the comments. So before I get to cruise story number 3, I would ask that you please like this video, as it does help the channel grow. Also, consider subscribing, as I do daily cruise news shorts and tips and tricks. I also do longer videos on Saturdays and Sundays at 8 a.m. Thanks so much. So cruise story number 3, and this was an odd announcement from Princess Cruises. They basically said no more last minute cruise deals on unsold cabins. So they said the pricing that they had out there for 2024 and 2025 would be the best price that you'll see, and prices will continue to rise from there. Now I understand supply and demand, but what I don't understand is why make this announcement. To me, it's not even worth making the announcement. And also, if you have unsold cabins and you're 1 to 2 weeks out, you as a publicly traded company under the flag of the Carnival Corporation, in my opinion, it's your job to make sure those cabins are sold and you're fully booked and that you're bringing in revenue. I just think that this is a really odd announcement by Princess Cruises. I also thought that this other part of the announcement was that they were basically going to put a price guarantee in place. And you're thinking, okay, a price guarantee, what, like 30 days or something like that? No, 72 hours. To me, that's not even worth mentioning. It really isn't. So what do you guys think? Odd? Do you think you understand why they would make this announcement, especially right now when they're sailing, when last quarter earnings, Carnival Corporation said, hey, we're sailing anywhere from 100 to 109% across our fleet and brands. Not even worth talking about right now. And they're basically putting that line in the sand with a lot of things happening in the world, such as wars, oil prices going up, inflation continuing to rise, the threat of possible recession all over the world. It just seems like an odd timing to make that announcement, and just don't understand it. Would love to know what you guys think in the comments. So I appreciate you guys watching. For all those that I met on the cruise this past week, well, you guys were wonderful. I met some awesome people from all over Florida, Orlando, Delaware, and to Pennsylvania, and all the way over in Montana. So you guys are great. It was wonderful meeting you. And until I talk to you next week, happy cruising.